How we doing, people? Hashtag positivity for life. Hope we're all good, guys. Just sitting, analysing bits of sparring that I don't put up because we're record sparring, but we ain't allowed to put it up for other fighters and that. So I'm just sitting watching it on the big screen. It's good. Absolutely. I hope you're all well, guys. Hashtag positivity for life. Well, that incident happened coming up to the gym, right? And I'll tell you something, somebody put a comment and said, Bobby, it looked like you bottled it. Well, I'll tell you something, mate, I don't bottle none, mate. I don't bottle absolutely anything. What happened when I came up to the gym was there was a couple of guys standing, hoods up, ballad, shouting at my name. So the reason you hear me in the video going, what's happening, bro? Fuck all, bro. And I hung up because when I got closer, I went, it's my enemies. 2 seconds later, my cousin came around the corner, speeding. Don't know if you'd been told Dundee's a small place. I had my phone recording. I never phoned anybody, and if I did, it would have took 5-10 minutes. He was coming to the gym, and my cousin and his mate jump out, and went, look, Bobby will go one-on-one with the both of you. He's a changed man, but stop pressing him. We're waiting outside gyms and that for a bit of club. So they got dealt with pretty easy, with words of wisdom. And that was that. Listen, if there was a bottle drop, why would I be in that area that I got stabbed? Look, there's my stab wounds here. Never wanted to show this, but here it is. A couple of them anyway. My kneecaps. Boom, stabbed there, stabbed there. Look at the shape of my knee, look. Then up there, stabbed up there, slashed there. There, there. Ain't bragging. What I'm saying is, these people done that to me in that area. So I went back and I live stream my stuff at the gym. Why? Is it ego driven? No. It's just to show these cowards that are meant to be gangsters in my area. Now listen, you ain't going to scare me. I've been told I'm not allowed back in Lockheed. Well, guess what? You tell me something, I'll go the opposite. So say no, I will come in your scream, whether you like that or not. And that ain't acting hard, guys. That's just me for the heart. You saw the way I reacted when they came out. I was just on a video and just saw 2 people hiding behind the car. And it is what it is. Alright, Paul, how we doing, brother? Yes, Bobby lad, how we doing, Travis? So, for the people putting bottle job in the comments of that sequence coming out of the gym, that ain't a bottle job. I'm 33-year-old with a daughter watching my stuff. I'm a changed man, but I got dealt with pretty quick, considering they were watching me live and turned up in a couple of cars. I'll not say too much. It says 1 car with 2 people, but we'll leave it at that, right? But as I went to confront and take my bag off, I never wanted to, but I went, I'll dust them. They were giving us a bit, oh, you ain't the other man and that. 2 seconds later, a car skidded. I thought it was more of them. 2 people have jumped out. That was my cousin. I went, going to be at the gym, what's happening? And his mate was in the army, back here, and he's like, yeah, massive. I went, listen, my cousin went, if you want a straightener, Bobby will put his gloves on. And you come barehanded, we'll go in a secret location. So I jumped in my cousin's car. They jumped in their car to be a follower to get this, because I felt grudges, but soon became apparent. And they waved it off and went, done a signal and just spun the other way. Shows you how immature these people are. Now what I have said to these so-called gangsters, come to the gym, we'll live stream it, we'll spar, bare knuckle, and my gym allows it. It's a tough gym, it's Lockheed gym, that's why I go at my depth. I've got a gym 2 seconds down there with all my boys. I've got boys in that gym, my mate's a PT instructor, you've saw him on camera, and a manager, my best mate. I get in for nothing, because they're supporting the cause. Hello Billy, what's the down Bobby, No, it was just that wee clip that I put up. So at 1.3 thousand views, mate, and people have put in it, Bobby, you bottled it there when I came up to the gym. I bottled it, but because that was my first session of the day, I was sparring. Before that, an hour and a half, 1 in, 1 out. Exhausted, I was up for 4:30, out to 6, back in, something to eat, slept to 9, back up, second, and then it was a long one till about 11:30, and then cardio, and then boom, bit of sparring in the afternoon again, and then on the heavy back. And you could see him watching it now, guys. I've got sparring footage up now. Right now I'm watching my spars for yesterday. I could only video them on my phone, and I'm not allowed to put them up on YouTube to disrespect the gym, but I'm watching now, and I'll tell you, these are people that have got aerial titles and went far as amateurs and that. And I'm handling them pretty well, guys. Look at that, bum bump in and out, caught and flush. This is a guy that's had a couple of, I'd say 50 odd amateur bouts, but I'm just sitting clean and serene. It's time to ask me questions, boys and girls, any you want. Exactly, missy. I just messaged you, darling. You said your phone does. Look, I promise you, my phone, there's not many people that are phoning it, especially with DH. He's got mutual friends of mine, and he's been saying he'll give me £5,000 to fight for him. So I'm maybe going to be down to Carlisle to sit with a mutual pal, look for his paperwork, and if they aren't on that, and it's legit, then I still won't fight for him. But just for my sake of mind, he goes about these people from my end, young team that are really solid guys. Won't say names, and they've says to me, he ain't that. So it is what it is. Ain't interested, but he keeps emailing me, mutual friends, we'll give you 5k for free fight deal. We'll get the money in first then, for one. And for two, ain't about scamming, but Deca scams everyone. So I might just take the 5k, sign the fake contract, get the money in my bank, and I might just keep the money and spend it wisely, or give it to a charity, domestic violence or whatever. So I'll take that contract. But as it stands, Simon Kirk has came on board, just me and him. Simon's my new manager. Whoever asked me to make a video on a call-up video, I do it. It's not a call-out, yeah, it's just, we need to get a couple of fight squad. Ask Simon, I've been waiting, I'm fight ready now, but I'm telling you that it ain't, I am. See my gloves that got leaked, somebody in the gyms went and tried to sell these story in it, and it made a wee bit of paper, extra cover and addict, sparring with sand in his gloves. Yeah, them gloves have got sand in them, 100%. Not them ones, if you'd notice, me at the gym yesterday, it's the ones that Big Sean Smith sent up, he was on McIntyre's documentary. That's who they're for. I was meant to be fighting for Big Sean. Sean Smith, ruthless guy, gentleman. So he sent me them up. He was waiting to sign them, but he says it's a bit embarrassing, but I went, no, I would have loved Sean Smith's I would have kept them like hanging up. So Sean sent them up. And guys, as you could see, like, it ain't not like, I'm not massive, but like, I was 9 stone at Christmas. Look at that now, man. Look at that's my whole arm. I've only got a tight top on underneath. This is a tight top. It's only a Daft Punk shirt top, like, but I don't like wearing this kind of, look, get in there, guys. Solid. So it's all good. So guys, get the questions and I'll pause that sparring. What I do is, guys, I was up early, done my workout, came home, went through a few things. Wasn't too happy with that session yesterday on the bag at the end of the sparring. That was my first session. And then my night session yesterday was a 2 mile run, in a certain time limit. I'll keep that QT. Did I do it? No, because my legs and that are killing it. Just being out there, done a good bit of work today, being at the gym, and it's all good. But somebody's leaked something for a gym and sell it a wee bit saying Bobby spars with sand in his gloves. One person cannot come up and say that. Their gloves, yes, they have got sand in them. They're filled with sand. On the outside leather, there's a wee hole. Sand's been put in. So you've got 12 Oz gloves, one filled with sand and the other, so a couple of keys, so on top of 12s. Why? A Dundee old school boxer used to do the methods in the day. The Buchanans facing Nares, Big Shilwell, Albert Buchanan, what a boxer for Dundee and Scotland. So that's a wee tip. So them gloves, yes, they have been open for the outside. I'll show you now. Stitch in a hole in them. Filled with as much sand right around. So when I've got them on, guys, it's not just 12 millions that are coming down, even up the fender and boom. Hitting that bag with them drills as well. We 12 Aussies with your gloves filled with sand. But somebody's tried to come up and say I was sparring with them and I hit them flushing. In sparring, I don't speak about it. I've not been dropped yet, but I get power, I got burst noses and lips. But I caught somebody right on the cheekbone and put him on his bum. I won't say how for a couple of minutes and he never carried on. And somebody's went, it's because he's got sand in his gloves. I would not cheat in the local areas. I'm not a cheater. That's just for, so there's more weights on the hands when you're throwing that one too. So when the gloves are off, BK, bam bam. I do not see any of them beating me. Fact, not in this condition. 100% no. But ask me questions if you want, guys. Just a quick live. Missy's perfect. Missy's, I speak to her every day. Going to a hotel. She's my bit. She's my wee princess. But she's right. You've got to think about getting lifted. Now I'm 33 on bail for 221. If I had went over and dragged them about, which would have happened, there was a few of them, but one got out the car, acting brave. And the minute I put my phone off, put everything, took my bag off, I never wanted to do it, but I thought, you've been watching me live. And they were. But people are saying about that. Why would they go into a screaming at a fight with every single one of the dangerous people and live stream it going through their high street? The millions who got attacked and are only behind the gym. So guys, I never bottle nothing. I'm a man. I'm glad that I got sorted instead of this because I've got too much to lose. I've got a kid, I've got my daughter, I've got kids. I just went for a jog earlier on. Two wee boys were with their dads on their bikes. The wee boy had glasses on, about 10, 11-year-old. And he went, hiya Bobby K, and he stopped and his dad went, hiya mate, nice to meet you, are you Bobby K? My son always goes on about you, and he jumped off his bike and went, this is a bit, not cringy, he went, did I get a picture of you? So his dad took a picture of me and the wee man. Brilliant. So it's good, things like that, it's working, it's paying off. And as I was saying, I ain't taking no sides on YouTube, guys. I mean, me and John both spoke at length on the phone, and it turns out that it's Dean Ferry, a boxer, one of my mates that I done graph with. Not to be proud of, and Dean could fight. Dean's Faye Dundee, one of my brothers, and I was on the phone to Jambo, and I went, Jambo, he'd punch people about in that ring. In the street, me and him would be scrap, we used to be enemies. Now we're best mates. This is what I'm saying. Jambo's good pals with him now. So Jambo's not, listen, I'm not sticking up for anybody. But when somebody's in recovery, you do not go at them. Because guess what, guys? See, when I was in recovery last year, then couple of weeks, couple of months clean, see the negativity, you look at them and go, not now, man, you've got to be bulletproof to come on here. That's what I told Jambo. Stay in your own lane. I was reading comments and going away and buying drugs because I thought, F this, they're calling us this anyway, so I might as well go and score. And I was, but me and Jambo had a great hour and a half, and Hannah as well. Brilliant women, and these kids. And a lot of people have fell out with me behind the scenes for speaking to me, but the same people let me on their platforms. It was just on Moto's platform. Moto's not got a problem with me, he was saying. Shuggy and that are my boy, he's my boy, Leanne's my sister, David Mullen's my brother, these are all my brothers and sisters, every one of you is my partners in the chat as well, I say, so it's all good that one. So as you could see on that, if you've watched my life at the gym, I'm hitting like a mule, guys. That mate, I'm just showing a wee bit of what I can do. I've got gymnastics tonight. People go gymnastics. Yes, my mate runs a class, his daughters and pals. Then there's older groups after that. He's only taking me 1-to-1 because we need to get balance right. We need to get the flexibilities. I've got them in abundance. I'll be going to gymnastics tonight. Just me and Big Alec Bianco. He's from Poland, but Alec Bianco, what a guy, man. So we'll be going to gymnastics. Not to talk about like Billy Elliot, guys, just there's certain things that we need to get right, and this guy's phoned me and told me what I need to do for reflexibilities and that, and seeing things coming. And it ain't just going to be gymnastics, he's got all the boxing stuff that fires balls at you. So when I'm going on that like thin thing like that, and I'm like, my balance, I've got to duck on the thing. It looks great, hard though, and it's just the balls keep shooting at you, and every time you get caught with the ball, it goes about 20 miles an hour, boom, and you've got that. So you're walking along defence on this wee skinny pole, wee balance everywhere, and balls are getting, tennis balls, boom, boom, pretty sure in the hit you, especially in the face, it'll dose, but and I've got to keep my hands up when I see them, boom, it's hard, Bump, catch the tennis balls, they're only about that, as we know tennis balls, it is what it is. So we're going to gymnastics because we're taking this serious, guys. We're taking this very serious. Now, as you could see in my eyes, my beautiful eyes, we are being serious, Paul. Paul knows this. I don't bite to negativity, brother. It just gets me going, bro. Richie Stroker. Bobby, I've just been told you about. Listen, the tax man, hats off to you. But what I will say now, I'm not a bottle job. I'll say it how it is. Right, Brian and Emma, decent people. They made me a mod. I've never been a mod in my life. I went and put a comment, God bless. Emma gave us a mod, put a spanner without asking. I thought respect goes both ways. So she says, hope you're okay in that, big man. Blah, blah, blah. And I woke up to see that firework pet up thing in the car and Brian's windows getting done again. What I will say is, it's self-inflicted for Brian, and I'll take any challenges on that. Why? He's nearly 60-year-old. He said his day when he was young, and it always happens in Dundee as well, guys. See my gangsters that we've looked up to and they're still living. They're now getting targeted for the younger generation because you cannot go about tax. I've done it all myself with people, taxing drug dealers, people that are easy to rob. And guess what's happened? It's been okay for a week or two till the drugs run out, and then you've got heavies looking for you, who that boy's dealing when you're getting kneecap stabbed. Ain't nice, but coming back to Brian, it's self-inflicted. It's like my mum and dad coming on YouTube, and my dad opening a can of worms about his murder case when my dad got done with murder. Check it. Graham Mackay Shivers Kyle. It was a woman. But Lee, what's his name? Lee Burrell got 18 years. My dad got out the station on bail for murder. Check it. I'll be there on Google. That was in 2000 and whatever. My uncle Bob, he's still in Perth. Bob Kyle, for 1992. My uncle, he done a murder at some guy called Robert Kyle. Check it. Dundee. And he killed a woman, yeah. But he caught his wife having sex when he came back from work early. It'd be random. So he tried to kill him. He threw himself out the window naked. And it is what it is, guys. I'm not proud of that, but I'm on the jail phone to my uncle all the time. But my mates and that, and what happened to my daughter's sister, somebody raping her, then that boy's 15 in a safe house. But see the minute he gets to Perth, I've sent letters up there. My family are well quoted in the jail, especially my life and uncle. He's a gentleman. Maybe he done a bad thing, but listen, that's my family, that's my blood. So I've got my life and uncle in Perth. He's ran the halls, not in the, like, but he's got pool. So when I go into the jail, I just walk in the hall. Bobby boy, pulled in every gaff. Asked anybody in Perth. Even Big Paul Lyons was brand new with his man, me and my dad. We were just talking business. And that was it. Nothing to do with criminality. It's just business. Paul's a great guy. He was in my dad's house. My dad got a favour and fucked the favour. And I went, Dad, you're messing with the wrong people here. So when Paul came back, he went, want to speak to you. You've got knowledge. I've been asking about you. So Paul took me in a certain location and spoke about business, giving me ideas for a business plan. So big shout out. So Paul Lyons, what a guy. He's up in Perth, looked after. The guy's no divvy. I've met him. He's been in my dad's house twice. Fact, people from Glasgow don't write to him and ask him. Paul is the real deal. I respect Paul Lyons. He's been in my house. He's been in my dad's house. On my brother's grave. That's any Dundonian. That's right. There's Glaswegians watching now. The point I'm making is, even Paul had said this to me. See all your old time gangsters, because he noticed it in Dundee when he was working with certain people doing security for the castle. Let's just say he was just working with my landlord. George Kerr protects them houses, the house I've got. And Paul Lyons was doing it as well, helping. So, getting back to the tax man, mate, you're 50 odd year old, mate, you've earned your stripes, okay? You've earned your stripes, tax man, back in the day. This is always going to happen. You come on talking about this gangster, that gangster. You're talking about school, mate. Even my old generation, I won't name names, big names in Dundee that have shot today and whatever, they've went complete fantasists. Complete. They went, that's like us coming on YouTube and going, back in the day we killed 6 people, which allegedly they've been, and GTC, the Tasman, they've been pulled in for hits and whatever, allegedly, they've definitely not done it, but the point I'm making is, Gary and George and Martin and Big John P, they never got hassle. Why? Because they were not bullies. Yes, maybe the tax people, I've done it myself with other people, whatever. But the point I'm making is, you can't be coming on with your wife, tax man. I love you, God bless you're a Christian. But the Christian behaviour, I'm just an honest man, I'm clean and straight, ain't putting people down. If you're wanting to be on platforms and shouting about Paddy this and this gangster here and I've done this and I broke 18 jars and whatever, well, tax man, this sort of thing's going to happen, mate. Fact, it doesn't matter if you're called the tax man or whatever. You've got a wife, you should be worrying about her and the dogs, mate. Your reputation still shines an ego, mate, that you want to be a top player. Now let's get it right, tax man. You should be kicking back, enjoying life with your books and that out. You're feeding into this back and forth, mate. I saw a video, mate, it didn't look nice, 2 people jumping up a Range Rover, whatever it was, and putting was it a firework in the car and a couple of windows getting done. That's just the start, trust me, because I've witnessed it with Dundee gangsters getting windows put in. George Kerr's mum and dad house, it's well documented. George Kerr was fighting with people. He got to jail. In that 2 weeks he was in the jail doing a remand. His mum and dad's house got petrol bombed. There's pictures on Google, it was in the Telegraph. I knew the story, George told me when I was out with him, having an orange juice a couple of months ago. And it was actually in the paper a few days later. And what they've done to George Kerr's mum's house with a petrol bomb, man, trying to get to George. Terrible, man. And this is what's happened with the tax man. The tax man has made a big mistake, in my opinion. I'm not saying he's intimidated, but my opinion is he's an older Christian. You should not be coming on YouTube and saying he's accusing me of murders. He's got 10 bodies hid. Don Graham's firearm. Meant to be old time crooks. I respect who I respect. And I respect people like George Ferry, real gangsters, real gentlemen. They don't come on YouTube. Serial gangsters, they don't come on YouTube and go, see in Dundee, the thing is, and Glasgow, and above, we do not troll people. If somebody's getting called the N-word, we doorstep them in this area. We don't come, it's like the beast that was up in St Mary's. We never came on YouTube for him and went, we're way to do this and that, and for months. We went up one day and toppled police fans and that. Go and check it. St Mary's, it's all over TikTok, trending at high numbers. I never put it up. Every birds, it was 500 over there. Probably more. You'll see us trying to get the beast toppling the van. We were on top of the place. That was only a few months ago. That's how you do it. You don't come on, go, they'll do something about it. Headquarters don't do something about it. 100%. Wouldn't say it would win with them, obviously, but if I was the old mate, listen, he would have been dealt with if I was involved in the campaign. It just shows cowardly behaviour. If somebody's what you think they are, you don't troll them, you door them. And that's just a fact. No, George Ferry ain't no gangster, has never been. He's 100%. That's what I mean. No, what I'm saying, mate, I know that. I've got his book and I speak to him regular. George has done a lot of jobs for big profile people, including the Craze. It's well documented. He's put out himself in the books and that. And I know a lot. That's what you call a proper gentleman that could fight for fun. Wow. I won't say his age up with disrespect, but listen, I would not. Nobody on YouTube would beat George, and he's 5 foot odd, touching nearly 60. And I'll tell you something, even in the gym, and I'm in the gym, yeah. Now I'm tough, rough and tough on the streets. I don't take shit. But see, when George raises his voice, I listen. Not out of fear, out of respect, because I know he's got my best interests, and he always have. He shuts the gym, me and him drill shit for hours and hours and hours. But getting back to the tax man. You're in my prayers, mate. Emma as well sent you a message. He's probably got it behind the scenes. If I could do anything to help, mate, I will. But my advice is free, mate. I know, mate, George has got some stories. You'll know the story about him smashing 20 odd people outside the pub in Arbroath and on here to see. It's in his book. And I saw a witness. Somebody asked me for selfies and that, me and George and my dad, when we were through there. And they were telling me stories about George. And then when I got in George's car, he was telling me, I got told about this stories, man, the knowledge of that guy. I've got the best in the game, my coach. I don't care what anybody. I've got actually 3 coaches. Somebody for Arbroath, my boy, and a strength and conditioning coach. So I've got 3 people on board. Simon's my manager. It's been confirmed. I'm in Simon's promotion, getting paid well. It's not about the money for me. It's about to showcase my skills, which I know I've got them in abundance. Now, watching the sparring here, I know my fighting. Trust me, I was a football player. Yeah, it's there. Now, this is somebody, the guy that's sparring now, I can't show you guys because privacy. But see this guy here, look, this is the second round. Caught him there, got out away, he's come in, bang, caught him down the middle, jump, pivoted, caught him again, I got caught being over left there, shit, right, bounce back on your feet, Bobby boy, come on, get moving and grooving, come on, right, back, on the back, in and out, bump, in and out, come on man, Bobby man, in and out, get in and out. Hate watching this stuff back, man. Disappointed with that run, man. Come on, Bobby, there's 30 seconds left. Push, mate. Come on, man. Yesterday, guys, I just was not in the mood because I was up for 4:30 and I've got a girl, positive vibes, that's been following us on Insta. I'm phoning her off Insta at 4:30 in the morning. Beautiful lady, gorgeous. David Mullen, I've showed David a picture of that. Beautiful woman. But she went, you are an inspiration. She's a working class girl, beautiful. So she's wanting me to phone her on Monday at 4:30 in the morning. And we'll be zooming each in a Zoom call. And I want her to get up. She's absolutely beautiful. And a kind person. So I'll be getting her on Insta, making sure she's up. And we'll be zooming, so when she's on the jog event, we'll start a 20-minute jog to build you up. I'll be slow tempo, just a wee thingy jog. So I'm helping a lot of people, guys, and I can't get back to absolutely everyone. There's too much, far too much. But I've got other devices that people are now working for me through Simon, because Simon's took a big gamble on me. He knows it'll pay off. He spoke to people in my city and beyond. He knows. He is my manager. Simon is now my manager. He gets the fights. I'm not calling people out. I make videos for my manager, and that's sportsmanship way. So I respect Simon. I will still fight for free. But I'm waiting on this call for a mutual mate to go down and see this paperwork. Ain't interested. I'm just chilling and kicking back. But if they're offering us £5,000 for free fight deal, Deca, I'll take that on one condition. I come down, you show me your paperwork. You says, what about your paperwork? What a surprise for you, kiddo. My paperwork's in my bag, mate. There's about 270 odd pages, mate. Probably more. And in my previous is 155 pages, so there's nearly 500 cases, mate, that I've been took in for. You'll see my no comments, it's all there. You'll see who stuck me in. The acquaintances, it doesn't say names. You'll see what I've done. You'll see I've took the rap at Big Crimson Jeweller shop and that. See I was caught on the camera. You'll see I always plead guilty. See them bank of rights on petition High Court. I take the deal. Because if you go to trial on one side, you're doing double figures. So that's the way I used to work. But and yes, it got leaked. My gloves are full of sand on the outside. Someone leaked it for the gym. Sad wee boys. But it was somebody in the gym that done it for us. Cut a hole in them, folded me sand right around. Says it adds a key to each hand. Plus, it's heavy with the sand. It's an old school trick that a Buchanan used, Dundee boxer went for Scotland. And that's how you see me hitting my arms have done. that was my first session of the day, and it was very interesting. Can't see the chat, guys. That's it, brother. What's happening? Nothing to see but the truth. John Hasby back. Paul C, my man. My man. But, hope you're all well, guys. What a transformation, Paul, for when we first met on that live, mate. I mean, I'm only getting from strength to strength and whatever. Trying to get, I need to get that t-shirt still, I got knocked out. Got a cut there on that, because I got knocked out with a tin of tuna and a short in prison. My teeth have always been immaculate. Trying to find a picture when I was younger. Stunning looking boy. I'm not being big-headed, got any bird I wanted and still will. I've got one in the chat. Beautiful family with my kids, grandkids. It's all good. Going to a hotel soon. So it's all wonderful. Did you see me on my live, guys, in that gym? None of them two. Listen, no disrespect. With the heart I've got, the weight. And by the way, getting back to the Swan Hatchet, they weighed in at 76 kilo and 77. I'm sitting at 64, 65, if that. So I was right all along. He was 2-3 stone heavier. I'm on about back then. But now they're still a stone and a half heavier than Swan, and I'm 2 stone. They're weighing 77 on last week, and I'm 64, whatever. I don't know about maths, but I've been told that it's nearly 2 and a bit stone. So it was right, guys. It was right. People were saying, we just were the same weight. Well, guys, the haters keep hating because we are winning. See, that eye does that. Right. Right, slashed on my temple. There. 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 Not to be proud of. Look, my legs stabbed the fuck. Sorry for my French. Broken kneecaps, like took hostage, look at that. Bones popping out everywhere. All the stab wounds. Up my shin, up there, all up my leg there. And the kidney. I got stabbed there. I'll show you that in a minute. I'll take the top off. The back of my head. Right there. Got a scar. But listen, it makes us stronger. And I would just like to say one thing, guys. Hashtag positivity for life. Big shout out to Gav B. Want to know why? Gav B's in recovery, been in recovery 4.5 months. He put a video up saying that he had lapsed. Mate, big balls for coming up and saying that, because guess what, son? You could have kept that to yourself. So that's just showing me what kind of man you are, mate. There's a lot of people on YouTube that hide their secrets in. What I used to try and do, but calling the public. See this time? He ain't calling no one. He ain't even calling himself, because guess why? Why do you think I want these rematches? Do you think I'm just doing it because I'm an idiotic guy? I've got a brain cell. I could count, not maths, money, because that's the game I was in with my family, family empire. But I'm out of that now. I think their empires, my family empires, threw away now. I don't know. I couldn't care. I was part of that. Remember, you've got 6 solid brothers that could fight every one of it, dangerous ways. So we don't get no bother. My father's well connected, I'm well connected. So, but it's time that I bounced for that game and left them to it. The arm response in that was on my father's house a couple of days ago. Intelligence about what had happened to me. was seen on camera. So guys, I'm just making it public. I might be pulled into the police station for threatening people, fearing for their life, threats to kill people. But I was in a drug-induced psychosis where when I was shouting up with my dad, people went, "You bring your 56-year-old dad." I could have brought George Ferry. I went, "No, I don't need people going, oh, he's got gangsters behind him. I'll take my dad, who's getting older." And all I wanted was a straightener with the five of them, one after another. But no, they never came down. And you've got people waiting outside gyms. But I'll be going back to Lockheed later on, just to rub it in people's faces, to say, "Listen, lads, this is Dundee. You ain't gonna run me out of here. I'm a changed man. And what I don't like, I'm seeing things with you guys. And what I'm seeing is, I'll say openly, I don't hate on no one. But what I'm seeing is a lot of jealous people. A lot of jealous people in Dundee. He should not be on the injection. Oh, I've been trying for 2-3 years. Well, I've been trying for 17 years. If he was 17-year-old, put on that stuff. My first account, my mum and dad never even got asked about it. They just went, "Well, there you go," because my gran died, and I was fighting with Glaswegians every day with my ADHD and that, and I hate done donations. Not now they don't back in the day. And I took 5 mil of the screen stuff. It was like that in my gaff all day. Got it, put up. He says, "We'll get you off it." And I was still on it before Christmas, guys. I always kept myself looking down near the end. I went down dramatically. Always take pride in what I wear. Not when I'm training. Even I feel daft coming on me designing clothes and that, because I've had a few people behind the scenes saying, "We want to come on your live stream, but we're a bit embarrassed because we've not got the best of clothes." I mean, "You've still got clothes." "Yeah, but you wear..." Don't worry about what I'm wearing, mate. I'm putting old stuff on to make you feel comfortable. Look, no watches on. No, I've got a few Hugo Boss. I'm going to brag. I've got a Rolex, Area 1. It is what it is, but that was a present for one of the Bad Boy Chiller crew. So it is what it is. That's put away. And my house got screwed, my watch collection got stole and everything, but I've still got DC's t-shirt there signed, and I've got what I've just said. So everything's good, guys. Don't listen to everything on social media. Now, could I please ask for a bit of support here, guys? Now, you probably saw certain channels going about, right? And they're clicking V Jambo. Now, Jambo's a Glasgow boy. I'm a Dundee boy. I used to hate Glaswegians and Pullman when I was younger because that much attacks, stabbed there with a pen, hitting the back with a dumbbell, all sorts, right? But Jambo, this is for you, kid. Your pal's reading Ferry. See if you're Glasgow boys, you've not named names, but the people across here have dropped you for me. Why have they not dropped Moto? I was on Moto's live just 10 minutes ago. Why have they not dropped Moto, Shuggy, Leanne? I'll tell you why. Because they would not listen. As Shuggy says, he could not give a bollocks who hates me. Him and Leanne have stood by me. Leanne and Shuggy, I'll message you soon, I've been busy. And Missy. So that's just that, guys. I mean, my mate came up last night and got my fire stick for us and chipped it for us for £25, and that does me a year. So I got all the sports, everything, pay-per-view, every film, every documentary, so I'm in my element. The Rangers game's on, Celtic game, cannot wait. I put a bet on Tommy Fury, I won't say how much, a good couple hundred anyway. I'll show you the betting stuff in the morning when it pays off. Live I put a few hundred on, more than a few hundred. My mum put 2 in and I put whatever in. It's a banker. Tommy's got too much out of reach. If you saw him in the build-up's been amazing, guys. Was it? They're a YouTube fight. But I know people that know Tommy and people that have sparred with Tommy that have taught me, Danny Christie. And Danny talks sense. And I'm hearing for other people that are involved that speak to me, if they've been in John's caravan. And allegedly, a couple of last fights he's had, that was a 20% effort just to look bad because he didn't want to blast his opponents out. Look what he's done in sparring. You should not mention sparring. He's went and put people in hospital, broken jaws. This is a fact, guys. Tommy's knocking people clean out in sparring, mate. Getting rushed to the hospital. He's broke jaws, ribs, and Danny Christie had a hard spar with him. I would imagine Danny would have got squealed, but got a bit his own shots off. But if Danny Christie's saying that, could you imagine Jake Paul and Danny Christie in a boxing fight? Who's your money on, guys? No, what it is, guys, as well, ain't an excuse, but I've got a broken elbow for when I was going. Remember that happened as I went to another gaff and 10 enemies here. One came up with a metal baseball bat, followed by a lead. Used to do that. You would get a baseball bat, get a drill in the top of it right down, put cooking oil in it, let it settle during the night, and I'll tell you something. Woof, that's taking your head clean off, and that's what happened to me, like, with my elbow. So listen, when you've seen me jabbing, I can't throw a straight jab yet. Got an hospital appointment to get that bone put back in place. Look how bad it is, guys. Look at that, that's what you call a proper broken elbow. Look at the bone, it's unbelievable, look at that. Boom. So see all that side, like my elbow all the way up, look at that. That's broke. Like the bruising right around. So that's why you've seen me hitting like that, a jab like that, instead of boom, because look, even doing that, bam, 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 it's sore on the elbow, so I need to jab like that. And the quotes from Arbroath says, Bobby, it's not about throwing a jab like that. It's about doing that. Like that, like, he went, that's your, what was it called? That's your piston. I went, so you prefer events, do that, but you're getting caught. If you keep that length and go punch up the way like that, but straight obviously, like, you're getting places, 100%. But with this elbow, guys, that's where you're seeing the left hooks and that not working so good because of that demolition job. Now I've got a hospital appointment with the bruising. That's been for a couple of months ago, and look, you can see the bone popping up. Look, see it? Look, watch, look at that bone, man. Wow, look. It's like a stone stuck in my arm, look. The size of it, but that's a bone that's popped up and it's smashed. I can feel all the bone in it. So guys, look, that's what they call a broken elbow. Or the dead pins in it, look, you could see it there, look. You ain't lying. Getting solid, guys, look at that. Don't want to take the top off because of scary it's, but no, in a serious note, this is natural. I'll take drug tests. I do not take steroids. Never have been into them. Yes, I admit it, because I'm an honest person. I got a course when all that happened is. Took them for 5-6 days. Jumbo Hog mentioned you. What's that? In a video, Instagram. But we Jumbo getting back down. I think it's brilliant at the highest level. I won't stand for that. Because he's speaking to me. Listen, Jumbo's in recovery. It just shows what kind of powers he had. This ain't including Sugar and Leanne and Moto. They're my friends. They speak to people that I don't speak to. And I don't think they've got a problem with Jumbo to my knowledge, but even if they have, I wouldn't be, I've told Jumbo that I'm not following up with you, Shuggy, and that for you, bro. I'm here to make friends, and Shuggy's been great to me, and Leanne, and Paul, and David, and the rest of us, T1, Missy, the whole shebang. So, me and Jumbo meeting up shortly. I could only admire somebody that has told me his private story on the phone, where he was, what he was up to, and I'll tell you something, the boy is clean and serene. I know that why, because one of my best boys for Dundee, a boxer, Dean Ferry, he told Jumbo when he sees your game as fuck, I went, listen mate, people on YouTube must have thought it was a divvy mate. He went, Dean's hard. Dean says, listen, Bobby, back in the day with a weapon, was indestructible, that's what got a reputation. Now when you're 9 stone on drugs, and people are saying they're going to stab you with your name on the lockback, so you had to go about armed. Dean told Jumbo Bobby's vicious, but I'm glad he's changed. So I'm not saying I'm a gangster, but I'll tell you something. I've took second prizes on the streets, but I've gave more first prizes. I've came off, we all lost, But see now this man sitting here, if I went out with his Swan and Hatchet and got done, I would shake their hand, come back and say we're going back to the drawing board. Ain't underestimating anybody. They're underestimating me, so that's good, because that's meaning that we can't get a fight, guys. Simon's tried fighting trolls for a friendly way to get him back on his feet. We've tried to Swan, ain't engaging. So they're blocking Simon's comments, and a lot of so-called fighters that are meant to be better than me, but yet I'm on the phone to Simon every morning. Who have you got? Just pick anybody, any weight class. Effort. Give them 2 free stone. They'll need it. This mind is dangerous. Our drills are dangerous. Now, me hitting that heavy bag, couple of drills, that was my first session. My first session was at 6:30 in the morning to 9, jogging, with a boy, my brother, and then Shadow walks in. Couple of circuits, back home, 7 to 8 sleep, back out gym, sparring, back in, back out, and then that on the back was just working on that distance 1-2. Somebody's looked at me for the gym that I spar with and sand in my gloves. Yes, I have got sand in my gloves, only for the heavy bag, because they're 12-ounce gloves, and Albert Buchanan, the Buchanan's Dundee boxers, fought for Scotland, and really, I'll check them on Google, they just stay 2 minutes up the road. It was a wee trick for him. You didn't give us your gloves, got a razor, slit it, opened the padding up, filled it with sand. I put the first one on my hand, I was like, I getting weighed down. And then the second one, I was like, I can't even lift that. He went, go, put them in your bag, spar with your proper gloves, and then use them on heavy bags. I went, why? He went, because see, when you've got all that weight on your gloves and you're throwing rapid shots, see, when you go back to it using 10s or bare knuckle, it's going to be frightening. So Eddie's saying, Eddie, none against you, brother. So I'm saying, I ain't here to beef, mate. I'm here to sort people's lives out. Well, mate, he's offered me a free fight contract, mate, for $5,000, but we'll see what happens. I ain't never going to fight for him. Bobby, come fight me, bro. Eddie, I'll fight you, no, brother. I'm a sportsmanship way. I would get the train through right now, bro. You up for it? Right now? Don't mess about, mate. Now, mate. You're better getting this now, because I'm a bit weak. 100%, Eddie. I will fight you, not a problem, mate. Do you want to do it tomorrow? Now? Next week? In a sportsmanship way. Only in a sportsmanship way. I've always had time for you, Eddie. Eduardo. Why? Because he's up and coming, trying his best at the boxing game. I'll be honest with you, I've watched a few of his fights because I knew this was going to come. But I'm not trying to act big here. Eddie could fight, but he's so unpredictable. You could tell all he does is throws left hooks for a mile out, swings, and gasses out pretty quick. That's what I saw. But maybe he's not training properly. But Eddie Hearn is probably the hardest challenge out there, apart from Swan Hatchet. Eddie's wanting the Swan Hatchet. Eddie, you're not ready, mate. I've saw your fights and on the bag, you're really good, but you're beatable, mate. But listen, I like Eddie. Eddie, me and Eddie used to speak behind the scenes. Eddie's always supporting me, took the mickey a wee bit. He's a wee joker, like myself, bit of banter. But when it goes over that line, I block you, mate, because we're trying to help people on this channel. This ain't a fighting channel. But Eddie, if you're up for it, mate, know what to do. How do you not come through, mate? I'll pay half your fare. We'll meet about 5, mate. We'll go to the gym, a shady gym in the town, just me and you, mate. We'll have a wee warm up and we'll spar, we'll live stream it, mate. You could go 100%, or we could just go 40, 50 with it. I'm not wanting head guards in that, mate. If you want head guards, it's all good. That's what I mean, Trav, it's all banter, mate. I know, mate, I know. I wouldn't say they were bums, mate, this one, Hatchet, because what bums are is people that write comments that haven't been in the ring with me, the Swan, and Hatchet under them bright lights. So you can't be calling them like dafties, and because Hatchet would obliterate half this chat, and that's no disrespect. I'm on about the people that in the YouTube boxing, and that's a fact. You all thought the Swan was the next big thing. The Swan looks good. Look at my life that I done in the gym yesterday. The footwork, the movement. Um, I've got gymnastics with Alec Bianco. He's from Poland. He's been here 10 years. Him and his wife have got the business. So I'm getting done at the centre. I'm getting a one-to-one session later on just for balance. And the thing that bounces balls out the machine, bump, bump, bump. I've got to duck and dive on me poles, and it's for balance. It's for just. What was that, big boy? Big boy? Am I coming to Ayrshire? What, for the spar with Eddie? Eduardo? Of course I am. Me and Eddie got on good, man. I like Eddie. Eddie, calm down with Jambo, brother. I know it's all banter, but mate, listen, I know private stuff about Jambo, and that family's going through hell, mate. His missus is not well, terminally. The kids are getting showed this stuff he's all putting up about him at school. His wee boy came home. Dad, how are you getting called that? So Jambo's kids are seeing all this, guys. Now, it shows you your real mates are. In Faye Dundee, I was arguing with Jambo, wanting to kill him, put hands on him, and hurt him badly, right? Vice versa, but I ain't going to put my prediction, but what I'm happy is the boys came out. Because he started speaking to me, everybody's turned on him. Well, I'll tell you what, you always find out who the real ones are. And I've said that for day dot. I wasn't real back then, but this now I'm real. I put my name to what I say, and it's just through passion. Jambo's getting it tight. He's getting his religion took the pee out of. The guy's only trying. He's got a family. I'll reiterate back to it. She has terminal issues, which means she could have 2 weeks left, 3 weeks left. Now her sons are coming in Jambo's household, going, Dad, why are you on this? And it's bad, man. See if anybody had put stuff about me, and my daughter came home from school, then I'd be coming through in a car, ain't a gangster, with one person to get a spar in the street or a bare knuckle fight. That's just a fact. Don't care who you are. Anybody crosses them lines with me nowadays, I'm a changed man. 100 changed man. But I'm in my faith. Be back to church. Is what it is. But I think it was brilliant. Why do you not call him up for a boxing match? I'll be the fair play man. Or why Eduardo? Mate, Eddie, he's your mate. I mean, that's bullying, Eddie, man. You could see he's vulnerable, and I ain't saying you're a bully. What I'm saying is you're full of entertainment and having laughs. But, mate, I was speaking to him, mate, and he was in a no bad place. And yesterday he was a bit under the weather with all this shit. And he's only trying, man. Who's your Eddie yourself, bro? That's like me trying me champions, mate. Scottish champions, British champions, K1 World champions, different weight classes. Right, guys, be honest, right? Me fighting any of these people now, 6 weeks clean, that's all it is. So, guys, see when I was at the gym yesterday, I could not be arsed because you get them days. But guess what I done? I gave myself a shake, looked at myself in the mirror and went, get to that gym. Had a phone call going to better sparring partners. I gave as good as I got in the first couple of rounds, but 8 rounds, one in, a 3 minute round, one in, one in, one out, one in, one in. So it was getting a new opponent. So I done 8 rounds with fresh people, coasted it, got buzzed once, and it was because I made a mistake. Brought him into a shot, came under me an uppercut, overducked, and he's got us, yeah, not much, but well done. Take my half to George, not a problem, mate. But I gave as good as I got, and this is people that have been doing it for their kids, and I'm always the first one in the gym and the last one out. While everybody's getting changed and interested, I'll get changed and showered when I'm home. I'm on them drills, coach, me up. It's 10 at 10, and I ain't going to, well, we're shutting up at 10:15, everybody's away. I'm the last one in the gym. You could ask any coach up. Sorry, Eddie, what was that, brother? I don't like that. Bobby, I'll do and say what to Jumbo because he's. No, Eddie, I'm not telling you what you could do, mate. It's your life, brother. What I'm saying, Eddie, you've got potential in that, mate. You've got people speaking highly of you. Do you want that took away? Just say you was what you're saying, right? I don't get involved. Just let that go by, Eddie, because you've got your boxing to concentrate on, mate. See while you're making all getting into these back and forths. That's what I done with the hatchet stuff, mate. I was getting led astray. Be your own manager. I'm my own manager. Promote. I'm good at promoting. Then I'm on the ball. But see when I'm talking now, this is me speaking in my articulate, soft voice, spoken voice, getting the message across on a different frequency. But when it comes to pressers and that, I'm the best at them, mate. Simple as that. Yeah, man, I know. Eddie's game, that's what I'm saying with Eddie Ham. That's one fight I've been trying to get sorted for ages. I offered to come through last week, but Eddie was busy. Offered to come through on the Saturday, he was busy. Sunday, it was 2 weeks ago. None, but to see what the truth, you're right, mate. Ain't involved in YouTubers, mate. If it's in a nice, if Simon's my promoter manager, I'm under Simon's contract, and obviously I can't fight anywhere else, but Decca Heavy's offering us £5,000 for a free fight deal. And I'll be going to meet a mutual friend up in Carlisle soon to see the paperwork and to see it. I've got to bring mine. It's just for 3 things and that's it. Simple Simon. Simon's not simple, bro. Simon's a business entrepreneur, mate. Simon's got some story. A very powerful story. The man's a family man. His wife's on my Facebook, his kids, so it's all legit. No, Big Billy, no. It's just it's just because I'm getting offered £5,000 for 3 fights, and to be the poster boy of his company. But I'll happily fight for him, only on one condition. I get to go down. They've got my acro and criminal convictions, everything. Put them down. He could go through what he wants and go back and put shit on his channel. Whereas if Shuggy remembers, I put my 150 odd criminal convictions up and my acro. And it is what it is. So I've got that ready. I'm just waiting on a mutual friend at Decca. One of my boys trains with Decca, one of my young team. Big shout out Connor, the guy's a machine, he's 27. Solid. And they've all been saying it to me, come and train me, but I went, not until that's out the way. And they went, you're listening to Dafties on YouTube. They've got to sell into a bigger hole, these people that are campaigning, because we've got his back. And their fake mess scheme, I'm like, I'm taking nothing to do with it. I'm a victim of that. And my daughters, let's just say somebody close to my daughter got raped via a rat 2 weeks ago. And David Mullen will tell you in the chat, so was Shoggy and Leanne, because Pity Me spoke to them, and so did I. It was on the news and that. So I just need to get that clarification for myself, my daughter, Pity Me, and just the whole neighbourhood. Yes, mate, I'll show you. I was on Motors. I'll show you the email. We'll give you 5k for a free fight deal. Blah, blah. I was a mutual. I went £5,000. His promoting skills are useless. You could headbutt. Oh, birds, you're fighting. Tie your hair up tight to get the nut in that. Who wants to see pretty birds, heading each other and gouging eyes out and elbows and whatever? He is deluded. Thinks he's a businessman. I've never been a businessman, but I'll tell you, with the people I'm in with money, Simon, etc., other people, businessmen, multi-millionaires, ain't in it for money. Simon will tell you, he offered me a good 20 grand to help me and my family out for free. Asked him, he went, do you want to transfer now? 20 grand. I went, no, keep it, bro. He went, what? I went, I don't want 20 grand. He went, give us your bank details. That's a fact. No, Willie, it's a free fight contract, so I only get 1.5, I believe, in the first fight, 2 and a bit, then the rest in the third fight. So I'm getting paid fight by fight, but the first fight I'll be in before a week. I've got to make money for my kids. As my brother who died, he's left a family behind, a young fat. So I've got to get money again here, because I got the piss took up was all last year with all these interviews. Everybody else was getting paid, but even the newspapers wanted to pay me. The Courier, I got a 2-page spread last February. Our local paper, big newspaper, got in touch with us, journalists and that. So it's all good. Got the platform. My name's out there. It was on the UFC that Anthony Pettis fight a few months ago for the Americans and all sorts of people. So I've got a wee fat following across here. So it's great. I got messages for the youngsters every day, birds on Insta. We've been following their journey. It's great, guys, man. And a lot of active users at the minute getting in touch, saying you're my inspiration and that. And like that, you're my inspiration. But guys, I'm going to wrap this up. But I would just like to say, Gav B, what a man. Gav B, guys, for you who do not know, check his channel, he's Scottish. He was on the same injection as me, still is. I saw his video yesterday saying, I have lapsed. That takes a man to admit that, because guess what, guys? He did not need to come on. Nobody would have found out. He never had to make a video. I have lapsed. It's part of the process, brother. This guy here, I have never lapsed. Family deal. Never. But Gav B, you are a real man in recovery. That's why I'm in contacts with you and Hammy and Jambo, because there's no point in us getting involved in the drama. Yes, I'm fighting. But that's on Simon's page. I've got this other channel, i.e. mine and yourselves. Hashtag positivity for life. And we're changing lives. I mean, I go through hundreds of messages a day, and even my bird in the chat will tell you, I hardly get time to spend with her. And it's sad, because she's always been there for us, even when we just started seeing each other. And I told her about my past, and she's a working class, beautiful, never touched a drug, great kids, great grandkids. She sends me pictures of the grandkids. That size in the pram, gorgeous wee boy you've got. So I'll be meeting the family hopefully soon. But in the big bed, and Curtin, yeah, I was hated at one time. No, I'm only joking, but I will be. And that's just that. But big up Gav for coming out, mate, like a man, and saying I have lapsed, because you could have kept that to yourself, came on camera, and I'm still straight. But see what, mate, you've earned more respect from me, brother, for coming out. You're 4.5 months clean on this injection. I do not know what you've relapsed with. It can't be opiate heroin. It can't be any opiate, so it must be either the C, the white, or cocaine, or Valium. I don't have a clue. All I know is you can't really touch. You don't get effective crack cocaine, a pipe, on this injection. Why do I know that? Because I was speaking to somebody that's on it, and they say they took a pipe a few months ago, and you get absolutely nothing off it. I mean, that's great news. And I've heard that people taking heroin on top of it end up in the hospital. Saw somebody the other day as well, Claire, I'll just say. She went, I had to come off that injection. She went, it was messing with my head. But I felt like going. She went, I'm rattling. I went, if you got money, I went to give her £20 to get herself something. Because I feel sorry on girls that need to go in the game and that. So when I've got free money, I'll just go there. What I'll do in Dundee. And she went, yeah, she went, I made her go and score. I'm rattling. I went, what did you come off the needle for? She went, it was messing with my head. But it wasn't. I know the truth. The truth is, you're in my prayers. The addiction, you're not ready to change, Claire. And you will be ready one day. Sean K. Sean K's in the chat. Sean, the journalist that tried to say Bobby was asking for cocaine after a hatchet fight. Is that right, Sean K? I forgive you, brother. Forgive. Did I take cocaine? Not right away, but I was getting pulled for fucking Bad Boy Chiller crew, the Sears family. Here's this, here's that, here's drinks I'm on about. And loads of birds, supporters, fans, want selfies. Here's a drink, pulling us in toilet. So yes, I did take cocaine. But Sean, disappointed, bro, that you looked at. I would have looked at myself, but you looked at me. And back then, I would have said you were a snake. But see, now, you're a family man. I'm a changed man. But I said none but the best, Sean K. You're always welcome here, brother. You are always welcome. People seem to think that, people are saying, why are you giving Jambo your time and Mo on the other side for what they say about you? I went, because they cannot backtrack, because they will look stupid, even though people have been in touch and went, they are looking really daft. Not more than that, people that said the end thing about me. I'm glad that Jambo met a proper hard custom donor and it's got respect for his family name, top up in Dundee. And he went, listen, everything Bobby's saying, Bobby ain't a fucking divvy. So a lot of people on YouTube think that. But I don't want people to think I'm in it. I want people to see the changes. But I'm reiterating back to that. But Jambo's going through a hard time, guys. Hope he doesn't mind me saying this. You would think that his boys would be there for him. And I know idea what you're saying about dogs and stuff like that. That's inappropriate. I never knew that. I'll speak to Jambo. But Jambo says to me on the phone, mate, it's just, it doesn't bother him, mate. But when you're bringing his wife and she's not well and kids, different story. But he did say that you say something about, you were speaking about my mother, or about you, Eddie. You says it to Jambo, and Jambo went, Bobby, I've never spoken about his mother in my life. I wouldn't do that. I went, if you have, maybe make a public apology. I'm only giving you advice, mate. I went wrong last year, but I'm back on the ball. But yeah, man, he's taking that a bit hard, man. I went through it myself for a year. Be worse. So people could say what they want about me. But the only good thing they'll get told about me is Bobby is the real deal. Not man about what I say, it's facts. Why would they want to come on? I've been took hostage, mate. My Achilles have been slit on both ankles. See it? Yeah, right across here. I don't need to kid on, guys. Look, right there, for there, the bone structure, look, got stabbed in the bone structure. Look, there, right around there, there's a big scar down there too. Scar right across here, right on the tendons. Look, there's a tendon, so right there, slashed right across it. I don't bullshit, guys. I don't. Why would I want to lie? Because the documentary's getting made. But it will be late on Amazon because Jack Burnett's built up the fight and it was clips him in the documentary. Christian should go back and it's wasted time, man. Jack, you wasted time. You signed on the dotted line. No, I've not got an opponent, but Simon was in touch today and I'm going to get back to Simon to see what's going on. Thanks, Sean. That's what I mean, Sean, mate. Listen, put that in the past, mate. I was a bitter guy, mate, full of anger and hate and rage last year, mate, on drugs. I was just a lost cause, mate. But see, now, I could forget and forgive. Sometimes I'll forget, but I won't forget. I won't forgive. I'll forgive, but I won't forget. And that's just that, guys. So, I got my fire stick chipped for my mate yesterday. No bad price. So, I've got every channel. And it's great. We put Sky Sports on, see what's on, guys. But I hope you're all well, guys. And this is what I'm saying as well, right? See, when I went on Decca's show, I got dicks for people behind the scenes. But see, when Mick Terrell, or whatever his name is, agrees to fight Decca, how does he not get shit? Do you understand? One rule for one and the other for the other. So I got told it was too polite and that. Well, Mick Trail's been polite to his dad and that, so I'll go and troll him. Do you understand? In this city, Glasgow, 90% Dundonians, we don't troll, we door it. Eduardo sent me a message. Eddie will get back to you on Instagram. Eddie's just sent a message on Instagram. We don't come on YouTube and go, he's a beast, he's an launch. No. See, if that person was at DH and he was in our area, he would have been murdered. Not for me, for people that don't tolerate that. So what I would say is, everybody in part of that campaign is embarrassing because I'm a victim of that. And see, when I watch all yous crave attention. You crave attention. There's people on your doorsteps that have done kids and raped kids and whatever. We've got one down the road, a woman and a man, cameraed up. So as where it is, my days of that are done. If I come across him in the street, I'm a new man, but the anger might just build up with me being a victim. And it's just a fast, man. Circus. Why pick that one person at DH? He's a beast. Move on. Or go to his door and put a finish to it. It's all content, it's all making money on the back of it, and know what, see to the victims. Absolutely disgusting. and I'm a man, and if any of them are going to say about it in a nice, polite manner, I'll meet you. I've got a lift now. If anybody wants to say I'm wrong, these are fully grown men with kids. When you look back in 10 years, you'll be like that. Oh my God, we were chasing someone. What I know is, are too far deep. Certain channels, you just cannot get back up that hole you've dug yourself. Now, by the looks of that DH and what I'm getting told, he is loving the money. So keep him in the public domain, which is they're all doing, contradicting yourself. Do you think if there's real victims, they're going to be watching this happy? No. I'll put my name to it right now. Not everyone, 80% of the campaign against DH. Listen, I couldn't give two jocks about that DH. Not in my life, not gonna. But what I'm saying is, if he is a nonce, go to his door. A straightener. I guarantee I would take a straightener with him and get on the train in an hour. That's the difference with me. But I get called, oh, he's not got. Listen, I've got more balls than King Kong and bigger ones than him. But I ain't saying I'm the governor. I'm just saying, if somebody's a nonce, you don't come on a public platform and he's this, he's done that. That's not fucking, sorry, that's not facts. There's beasts on our doorsteps. Go after them that have got sexual convictions against kids. Listen, keep doing it, Tom. But I'll guarantee you, I've got inside information. He's absolutely loving that. And it sickens me that you know that too, the way YouTube business works. The views you're bringing in, irrelevancy, all that. So if he was what you really think, why are you giving him airtime? Because see if the nonce next door, for example, was on YouTube and I was targeting him, I guarantee he wouldn't be on YouTube. Me and my boys would be at the door kicking it in before I changed. And that's a fact, ain't acting hard. You guys will agree, and every one of your cities and whatever, we don't need to be gangsters. Get a few bodies and cave his head in. So that's the end of that. And it shows me that they've no balls, they're women, they probably dress up behind the scenes in skirts and lipstick and that, these people, because it sickens me that I'm a victim, and I'm what, but I'm a man, I'm solid, bulletproof. And other victims, if there is women in that, I've seen you all buy me a coffee, buy me this, go fund me. What for? What for? It's easy to demolish a beast if you're saying he's that. Ain't on sides, but I can't get my head around that you're meant to be old school crooks. You're coming on and shouting about this will get done and he's an informer and this and that. Imagine catfishing a guy. That just goes to show how low you are, man. You have done it to me as well. Hundreds of people. And it is what it is. But listen, it never went quite well for you, did it? You tried to replicate my Under Armour jockey with my blue penis asylum t-shirt in the same boxers. That's how low you went. Be a picture of DICK. Mate, the one that was in that, it was 2B, mate. My purchase actually went, yours is 9.5 inch, that's about 5 inch. So, that's the kind of stuff we're paying up with, guys. Sorry for that, but that's just a fact. So what I'd like to say, if anybody's got a problem with what I'm saying, because I'm a victim, go to his door, or phone him and we'll get a straightener. Because if I was involved in a 4-year campaign, it wouldn't be going on this long. Ain't a gangster. Yous are meant to be heavy people. We'll go to his door, sniping him, wait on him going for a jog at 6 in the morning, and give him a pasting, and that's it over with. But no, you just want to keep it on YouTube. Listen, yous are promoting what yous all say, not our channel is a B and an N. I'm not saying he is one or the other. It's irrelevant to my life. I'm sitting here now, exhausted for the gym. A couple of mile jog today, I'm shattered. I'm taking a day rest today. Got gymnastics later on, that's different. It's balance, structure, just be me and Alec, the Polish boy, great guy, and it's going to be fantastic. But if you've got a problem with me and Lance, you don't come on YouTube and publicise him and get his channel building up here. He's making a lot of that and laughing at his behind the scenes, and that's for a mutual friend for my area that trains with him, a young team that would smash most people on YouTube. Won't say who it is, he's 29, probably he gets a better DH in sparring. Now he's just a fair across the road there, and he asked me for a few to give DH a chance.